Howdy, y'all. I'm Mr. Holga.
And I'm Todd Puckett.
And this is Don's Used Photo Equipment right here in front of the Great Wall of Film.
The Great Wall. It is the Great Wall.
The Great Wall. The greater wall of film.
Yes.
I mean, it's huge now.
It's getting bigger.
It's so much bigger than it used to be.
Well, it is, but it's still got a ways to go.
That is true.
I got stuff coming
True
in.
greatness is coming.
Yes.
And we're not really teasing anything. You might be teasing, but the wall, I mean, it's 3 complete shelves.
Yes.
And it's like he's not hiding any stock. It's all out there. As a matter of fact, you even have film in the cases over here. It's just kind of spilling into a case.
Yes, it is. And I actually found a whole bunch of stuff that's up here at the top. It's an old, well, in the cleaning, I've run across a few things.
Which is good.
Yes.
Always good. So speaking of the news store is so cool. Everybody's liking it. Everybody's enjoying it. We're going to talk a little bit about this here, guys, because he's had some events, and I'd like to have some feedback. Unfortunately, I was not there for all the events. However, it's the little details about this place that I really appreciate. I was just in hair and makeup a minute ago. Obviously, not spending nearly enough time.
Did you see the tip jar?
No, but I saw the sign that said "Employees must wash hands." Now, I'm reading this 2 separate ways.
Yeah, yep.
Either 1, you're supposed to come in and wash my hands, which is I don't think so. Or 2, it's optional and I don't have to.
But I have to.
But you have to.
But I'm self-employed.
Was that one of those signs that you had to put on there, like on the front door?
It was left there.
Oh.
And I just left it there.
I mean, it's hilarious.
I like it. I thought it was funny.
Employees must wash hands. It's like, you're serving no food here or anything like that.
I'm not.
Okay, that's good.
Honest, I'm not.
So, guys, we're going to back you up a little bit in time. We are halfway into June, and that's why I'm wearing my Father's Day shirt for this year, obviously. Happy Father's Day ahead of time. You had Don's grand reopening on June 1st.
June 1st.
And I was here for most of it.
Yes.
And it rained cats and dogs in the afternoon.
Yes.
That's what I remember.
It did.
That was just before the power went out and you had no internet.
No, it was after the power went out. I mean, came back on.
Oh, yeah, the power went out before that.
It came back on. And I was still out of the internet.
And you had no internet till the next Monday.
But it did not stop me from selling.
No, it did not. You had a lot of people here that day.
Yes.
For the grand reopening.
For the grand reopening, and they bought a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, people came just to check it out and see it. Scotty was here.
Yep, they came to see where we were.
The Admiral was here. I mean, it was good times. Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah, you had a lot of sales that day too.
Did have a lot of sales that day.
Yeah. And if only there was a hero of that day who might have gone above and beyond and did something magnanimous. Like, I don't know. It escapes me who the true hero of that day was.
I'm lost.
Okay, that's all right. That's fine.
Was that Beach Boys song, Heroes and Villains?
I see how we're playing that this time. All right.
Yeah.
Next time your Wi-Fi goes down, all right.
You did provide a Wi-Fi hotspot. Prior to that, I had been simply doing voice approvals.
Yes, and boy, was that a arduous task.
It was. I had to repeat a number so much I almost memorized it. I was sitting there going, I'm not in school anymore. I don't have to memorize anything.
Did you even have it on speed dial?
No.
You could have put it on speed dial on your phone.
I'm sure I could have. Well, no, I just went up to the saved and just kept hitting the saved. And yes, the credit card machine is operational on Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And
Wi-Fi.
Someone stated that, hey, you know what? I got a Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone.
I did.
And the phone was hooked up, connected, and so credit card swiping was swiping away.
Right.
And there were a lot of swipes on that Saturday.
So for all you people who came in on Don's grand reopening and thought, well, Mr. Holga's sitting around not doing anything. Oh, yes, I was very busy.
He was doing his phone was doing everything.
I was doing all the hard work.
He was lifting the heavy load. By just simply having his phone.
Just by sitting around in a chair.
With his phone being used as the Wi-Fi hotspot.
Right, and I wasn't even making fun of customers.
No, he wasn't.
I was behaving myself.
That's probably why they bought so much.
Yeah, well, it was a good day.
It was a good day.
Scotty and his new lovely bride, Leanne, was here. Very nice. Nice to see them.
Yes. What was it? Happy weddings or what was happy marriage? Happy
Congratulations.
Maybe, yeah. So it's been so long.
Congratulations.
It's been so long since I've had to congratulate anybody on that. But congratulations, Scotty.
Absolutely.
And then
The following Saturday, the 8th.
We had another group of people come in.
Yeah.
And they held an impromptu. They said they were going to do it, so I don't know how impromptu it was.
I don't think that doesn't sound
very impromptu. No, it wasn't. A portrait posing photography session throughout the day.
Yeah, you keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Which
impromptu.
Word? Impromptu, yes. Yeah, well, that's...
Well, I'm sad that I only got to see pictures and reels and different things like that because I really, really wanted to be here. You had, it looked like a dozen people in here?
Oh, 17.
17 people in this tiny little space?
Yeah, yes, yeah. And not that was just the group. Whenever they first came in, you know, it really got ramped up.
Right.
Yeah, there were a lot of people sitting all the way up and down.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of chairs out.
Yeah.
And not only that, it actually ballooned up to over 20 quite a bit because other people would come in, not connected to the group.
Who just mistakenly thought, I'm going to go to Don's today.
And just
oh
buy
my gosh, what did I
stuff.
just walk in on?
I had a customer come in and buy my Pentax G2 that was factory sealed.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a lot of customers come in and buy film. And of course, while they were here, then we would say, hey, this group is the second Saturday.
Second Saturday Social is part of the North Texas Film Photography. I don't think it's photographers. I think it's photography. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. I'll probably put a little information in the description below for them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're good. I like going out with them and shooting. Unfortunately, as I was telling you, Mrs. Holga had plans for me in another part of Texas, and so off I had to go. I really, really, really wanted to be here for that, you know, because I like shooting with those guys. We've been to lots of places, you know, all over, taking, you know, just hanging out. You know, it's a really cool group of people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you shoot film or not with these guys. If you just show up with a camera, and let's say you don't even know how your camera works, there's probably someone who can tell you how it works.
Anything that captures images.
Yes.
Film, digital.
But, you know, they are a little bit more eclectic. You are going to find actual film photographers, large format, medium format, 35 millimeter,
digital.
110 instant. I mean, these people, they enjoy their film.
They do. And they bought a lot of... During the move, I ran across a lot of expired film in boxes.
Yes.
Pulled it all together, brought it out for that day, and went through loads of expired film. And in-date film too. But
right.
Loads of out-of-date film. And I mean, I had boxes of different, you know, just boxes of 120, boxes of 35, and then I had a whole box in and of itself completely full of Fomapan.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't think being made anymore. It's from Hungary. Probably not. It's like 2006. Sold a lot out of that. And then I got a bunch up here because, I mean, it was a nice size box. Not only did it have 35, 120, it had 100, 200, 400 speed film. And it had 4x5 film in it too.
Right.
Wow. It was just, it's loaded. It was loaded.
Yeah, I think everybody on the reopening, they gravitated towards the table that had all of the expired film. They were really looking through that. I sold a bunch of it on reopening.
I
think I bought a little bit too.
You did?
Yeah.
And then I sold a bunch of it on the next Saturday. Now, this coming Saturday, which is right after this thing comes out, we are just a normal Saturday. So come on in and buy some film.
Listen, you know, it's really hard to have an event on Father's Day weekend. But if you're a father and you say, hey, what do I want to do?
Get my film.
I say, you know, it's Father's Day weekend. I want to go to Don's. So just come on in and hang out and check out. And just come on.
But so 2 events with it being Saturday and nobody else around here working on the Saturday.
Right.
Loads of parking.
Oh, tons of parking, right?
Lots and lots of parking. And that's why I would have over 20 people in here. I had the group that was here, plus a lot of people that were just wandering in and out at different times. And it was just, it would ebb and flow.
You've got a good amount of parking. I mean, you could easily...
And it put a little dent in it. But it wasn't a big dent.
I mean, have you even counted the spots out there? You probably could have 30 cars out there.
Easy.
Yeah, there's a lot of parking out
A
there.
lot of parking. And one day we're going to do an event here that fills it up.
That will be cool.
Yes.
So speaking of events, you have not this weekend, obviously when the video comes out, but the next Saturday, June 22nd, is
large format film day.
Well, large format photography.
Photography.
Right, and that's with Andrew
Hess, who moved into the Texas area to be retired, moved in, loves large format photography, loves teaching it, loves talking about it, just loves hanging around anything and everything dealing with large format.
So I have not met Andrew yet, and so I'm really, really hoping that I can get away for that one because I want to be up here for that one. I do happen to love myself some large format, especially when it comes to wet plate and other things.
Tin type, wet plate.
So that's going to be a good event. I mean, so you're going to have lots of large format cameras and equipment available.
Well, yes, I've got a whole, a line of it in the back. That's just as I find it as I'm going through things, I just pull it out and sit it over on this line.
Yeah.
And I am going to at least get some of it out here, and we're all going to look at it and play with it and hopefully check it out and see if it works, etc., and sell it.
Yeah, so if you have large format questions
great time
with somebody with like Andrew Hess here, it would be a good time to ask him what he thinks about these different things.
Absolutely.
I know a little bit, so I can answer some questions, but I'm always willing to direct to somebody who's got way, way more experience with this.
Oh, and Andrew does. And just also Andrew has done teaching on large format.
Even better.
Processing film, your own film, large format. You will find that a lot of people who shoot large format, not at the beginning necessarily, but who shoots large format a lot, processes their own film.
Of course, yeah. Well, because it's really, I think it's like super expensive to get your large format process. You might as well do it yourself.
Also, with that much money that you have tied up into it, you want lots of control over how it's processed. You want it done right, and that is why you see a lot of people who shoot large format process their own. Brody processes his own, and it's just doesn't send things out, just gets in the dark room and goes at it.
Well, I've processed 4x5s both in film and the Jason Lane plates. Those were really nice to do, and obviously I've done the tin types before. So, I mean, it's all sorts of different interesting experience when it comes to large format. A big picture is really something cool.
Well, yes. Oh, it is. It is. In fact, that's what one of the paintings I had done was. The larger the negative, the better the picture.
Yes.
And it's true. It's true. I mean, the details
so true. So true.
You get on it. It's just amazing. But Andrew, extremely knowledgeable. In fact, I was watching or following Andrew's page, and he did a one-on-one class with someone about processing the film.
Okay.
And the guy came out and says, "Yeah, thank you. This is great. I loved it." He loves passing the knowledge on and helping others with large format.
That's cool.
I think this is the first time since a lot of customers come in, and anytime they just hint something large format, I say, "Come here June 22nd. Come here June 22nd."
That is the day, June 22nd. Come back into the store. If you were here for Second Saturday Social, come on and see you again.
Yeah.
I know.
If you have an interest, I have a lot of people who are said,
"Come check it out."
Well, I don't know. but I want to find out. Come over. This is the time because you want to meet people who shoot, hear what they have to say about it, and then see things.
Right.
And if you're interested, this is the best way to kind of stick the toe in and just kind of go, well, okay, and see what all the hubbub's about. Because I think a lot of people who shoot large format, once they kind of start doing it, they get hooked.
Oh yeah, I mean it's really cool. I mean you're obviously not going to be taking hundreds of pictures. You're going to be very selective, very slowed down, very methodical at what you're doing because you want to make sure you get it right. It's more expensive, but it's really worth the expense and the time and the effort. It is worth it.
If you thought you slowed down your process going from digital to 35 millimeter 36 exposure film, you are extremely stepping down your thought process and planning a meticulous, setting the shot up. When you get like one shot, that's probably far more expensive than a whole roll of film.
Right.
And you put a lot more thought into it. because you have a bigger area that you're trying to work in all the different shadows and shades and sun spots and everything. You got a lot more that you have to take into account. And eventually one day this group is going to do a go somewhere and shoot event and do classes on do-it-yourself processing.
Cool.
So hopefully this will be a first of a continuing get-together on this topic.
So now would be a good time to start because this will be like the introduction to this entire thing. And so if you want to do the others, you might need to jump on board for this one right now.
Yeah, this is the first step.
This is the first
and
one.
It's not. It doesn't mean if you miss this you can't come to anything else. It just means come.
Yes, it means you're locked out.
You're locked out. No more. No soup for you. You're welcome at all times.
Must take prerequisite before advancing.
And now I have to, which it always reminds me why I just always grab pieces of paper and write notes down on. I got to bolster my 4x5 and 8x10.
Yes.
Film a little bit before then. And my new credit card cycle started today, so it's I can do that.
Good times. Excellent. Good times. So that's great. So like I said, so the first was a good day for the Don's grand reopening. Excellent day.
It was a good day.
The 8th for the second Saturday social, also a great day. You said up to 20 people here. That was phenomenal.
Well, 17 on that, but lots of other people came in.
Right.
And I think that some of the people that came in saw it, got information, and hopefully we'll be participating in other events.
Right, and then of course the large format photography coming up on the 22nd. Guys, don't miss that one.
Yep, and then on the 30th, the
DFW camera show. I think is
Arlington Camera's putting this on,
right?
Not me.
But it's over in Fort Worth too.
Over in Fort Worth.
Not to confuse anybody with the D and the DFW, but it is in Fort Worth.
It's in Fort Worth. And Arlington Camera's putting it on, so go on their website, check it out. I have information, I think, on my website as well, or not website, but on my Facebook page and different social medias. So busy month in June. And
well, it's the grand reopening month. It's kind of a celebration almost every weekend.
And normally June is a little bit slow, so this is just really shaking that up.
You've had a great June so far, and it's only halfway over.
Yeah.
So it's a good June. You're very lucky with this.
I am.
For all those people who you were so worried weren't going to be able to find the new place.
Oh, no.
A lot of people are finding the place.
Just thinking that I'd gone out of wasn't anywhere.
Well, it doesn't help when Google and Apple say, permanently closed at that address. It's the old address.
It's the old address.
Do you know if Apple has updated yet or not?
I heard Apple has, and I heard that Google actually has both addresses on there.
Okay, well, hopefully people are going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Are you still getting phone calls of people saying, I went to the old store.
No, they don't phone call.
And there's nothing on there anymore.
I do get people who come in here and go, you know what, I forgot and went to the old store. And then I looked it up and go, oh, yeah, they moved. And so they didn't search to go there. They just went there and then they go, oh, yeah, I remember hearing about this.
I mean, listen, I know you had a little something going on with the landlord there, okay?
Yeah.
But in all honesty, they should allow you to put some sort of little sign in there for at least 6 months that says Don's has moved to this address. I mean, that would be only kind to the, I would say, hundreds of people who are probably going to show up there and think, oh, he's not here anymore.
One of the guys from next door, the uncle, said that, you know what, we tell people we're over here at this location, and they go, where's that? And he goes, next to Don's used photo equipment. He goes, oh yeah, I know where that is.
But now it's
they can't do that.
Well, in the olden days here, of course, traffic reports in the morning would always reference the old Texas Stadium, which was probably knocked down a decade ago. So you really had to be here for a long time to really know where it used to be, so that you could get traffic directions. Well, there's a backup next to where the old Texas Stadium was.
Yeah. Well, I know exactly where that spot is.
I do too, but it doesn't help
the newcomers.
No.
Well, maybe that's the whole purpose of it.
Nobody from California knows.
Keep those newcomers confused. Yeah. Where Texas Stadium used to be. Then you're not from around these parts, are you?
You're not from here if you don't know where the old Texas Stadium used to be.
Well, yeah. But now, June, now that the lights are on, the electricity's going great.
The air conditioner
air
works.
Conditioning works.
Mostly works.
Yeah. And the web, the Wi-Fi works.
The Wi-Fi. Who thought Wi-Fi was so important to running an analog business?
Me now. But when you come in and look around,
Yes,
the counters are a lot more full.
Yes, you're putting a lot into these. You are methodically going through stuff in the back, bringing stuff out to the front. I notice you're putting prices on things.
Prices
That's so
are on
unlike
things.
you.
The
shelves?
The shelves across from us now are filling up with spots. And I've got more stuff ordered that should come in that should fill in some more spots here and over here.
Right.
And now also I've got my, amber jars.
I was going to bring those up.
Yes.
Well, grab a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Hold, please.
Dee-dee-dee.
Now. No.
Good boy.
Go, Todd. Go.
Yes. And finally, the return of the amber jars.
Yes.
32-ounce, half gallon,
Yeah.
1 gallon jug.
Yes.
So glass jars, finally got them back.
Which is
And
great.
there's a full shelf of this right here. Most of the shelf is this, the rest of the shelf is that. And then almost 2/3 of the shelf above it, this right here.
I mean, you've been out of these for a while.
Oh, for years.
And it's good that you've got them back
Years.
because it's
Now-
I've got some of these. I like these better than I like the plastic stuff.
Yes,
so.
and it does. And people go, "Does it make a difference?" Yes, it does make a difference.
Yeah, when you drop it, it makes a bigger mess.
It does. It's very true. That's what glass does. But the amber cuts out certain wavelengths of light
Yes.
that do affect the chemistry within it,
The life of the chemistry.
the life of the chemistry.
Yeah.
And now I've got these back in stock on the shelves with pricing right above each one of these things.
Right.
That is a good thing.
So
it's
the C41
good
kit,
stuff.
the C41 kit, when you have to mix the two together,
Yeah.
both of the two together, both fit in one of these easy.
Yes, and but you need 2 of those so that.
Well, the other chemical only takes up half, but yeah. So
Yeah, you mix them separately and then pour them together or something.
well, there's 3 chemicals.
Yep.
2 of them get mixed together. Those 2 fit into here.
Okay.
And then the other one goes in another jar by itself.
Yeah.
So,
2 of those
yes,
for that.
two of these.
This for your Ilford Patterson kits, that does that, and it's I am so happy to have those back. This is the first thing, the major thing that's back. The next thing that will be back that I'll be working on this week and next week is getting the preserves, negative preserves, archives.
Preserves. I think we're in the canning season right now. We're talking about preserves and jars and canning.
For your grapes
Get out
and
the
your apple
ball
jams.
jars.
Get
Oh, speaking of which, I have an amber joke for you later. Anyways, can't tell it on the air.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Never mind. All right. Well, now
But
what
yes,
is-
and now, so the next thing will be the company that I get the negative archives from.
yes, you do need some negative archives. But what about speaking of the jars though and the plastic? What about the crushable? With the compact ones?
That's a different company.
I mean, is that coming, or are those not as popular?
They're popular-ish.
Because those push out the oxygen,
They
which
do.
helps the longevity of.
But that'll be like the next thing down the road.
Okay.
There's a few things that I've got that I need to really. There's so much stuff I still have, but
Yeah.
it's slowly getting clicked. There's slowly being things taken off that list, and it's very. It's really helping my mental state of mind.
You know, it's almost as if you're becoming a real store where people can just walk in and get exactly what they need.
You're going to start scaring people.
I'm scared.
I know. I have had a few people, not very many, count them on a hand and a half maybe, that have said, I kind of miss the clutter. I miss the clutter.
No, he does not miss the clutter. This store is very.
I don't.
Compared to this is very clean and neat. And I know you've got a little bit going on here, but like you said, you were going through it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's.
This still is open in the center.
Yeah.
And
You want people to be able to shop these display cases.
yes. But I also remember why I put things in front of them too, because people are just leaning on them, and these things are like moving back a half an inch.
I don't think these are going to move back, but you're more worried about them getting broken, though.
Yes, because one has broken. I'm not. This isn't like I'm making this up. It's actually happened. That's why one is not like the others, because these things break. And it's just everything's getting back to the positive, and the atmosphere in here is just so much better.
There's atmosphere?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can dig it.
It is.
I can dig it.
And it's up and up from here.
Okay. Guys, the story's doing great. Thank you for holding on for this part of the video right here, because we were thinking we would discuss some news. Now, I
absolutely
have not shared any of this news with Todd, so we're going to be getting live reactions from him. He may or may not have heard about the news that I may or may not bring up.
You know, the only time I've spent on the computer is simply to just look through the social medias that I'm directly involved with, to answer questions and just see what's going on.
That's it. That's all he gets.
And then look up pricing.
He's got no more time. And if we have any time, we might have a few viewer comments at the end. He says there's a negative one about me, but I must have missed it.
I could have just imagined it, but
and he wrote it in his mind.
Maybe that
was that negative comment from a T Puckett, maybe, or possibly?
Or, yep, very.
T Puckett. All right, so listen, I'm not gonna. Now these are great. Mostly when I go into photography news, I'm always attracted by a really good headline, and I try to avoid clickbait whenever I possibly can. But some headlines are just way too good. You have to go into them because of their headline.
Well, why not?
Okay, why not? All right. This one's brand new-ish here. I think it's like today's the 12th, right? It's at the 12th today. We're recording on the 12th. From Petapixel. Petapixel. Photographer disqualified from AI image contest after winning with real photo. Oh my gosh, you fooled AI with a real photo?
Oh man.
Miles Astray entered a real, albeit surreal, I'm reading here, a surreal photo of a flamingo into an AI category of the 1893 Color Photography Awards, which the judges not only placed third, but it also won the People's Vote Award. Aww.
Now I got to ask the question: how did they figure out it was real?
That's probably that's the $1 million question right there.
And you sure this isn't the bee?
The what?
The bee.
What bee?
The bee that makes up fake stories.
No. This is Petapixel.
I know. But there's a thing out there called
there is called the bee, the Babylon bee.
The Babylon bee.
Yeah, no, this is not.
Or there used to be one, and there still may be one called the onion. So that's funny.
Well, like I said, I don't read through these things very much, but essentially, don't show the picture. They can go look at it. So I'm going to probably put a link to it down below, anyways. But yes, it does look surreal. And it also brings to mind that Fujifilm digital cameras. I know we're talking digital cameras here, guys, but one of the things Fujifilm is very famous for with all their new cameras, especially the rangefinder-esque looking cameras, is what they have is film formulas. So you can take a photo and you can make it look like film. And that's what, and so that isn't much more than some sort of AI that's kind of messing with. Yes, I know it's a filter, but somebody went through and set it and adjusted. Yeah. Oh, I want this to look like Kodak, or I want this to look like Ilford, and all that kind of good stuff. So, hey, this person got away with something. I think he should keep the award.
Hilarious.
He should keep the award. All right. I'm going to skip that one for a moment here. The earliest known photograph of a first lady comes to auction.
Ooh.
Dolley Madison.
Wow.
Sometime around 1846, she had a daguerreotype of her taken.
That's the first photo of a first lady.
First photo of a first lady.
Okay.
Dolley Madison, didn't she very famously save George Washington painting from the burning White House, all that kind of good stuff? At least that's the old wives' tale that I heard.
Sounds like a good story. I thought this is the one that made the cupcakes or something.
No, well, No, that's like Sara Lee or something like that, right?
Okay.
So they estimate that it's going to get anywhere from 50,000 to 70,000 for that daguerreotype.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, and that's that's what 150-ish some odd year. I'm not going to do the math here. 1846 to today. You know, that's over 150 years ago. I mean, the daguerreotype is different than a wet plate, but it is still on a piece of metal.
170, 60, 70, yeah.
Well, you do the math. And so, I mean, it's still a chemical process. It's still on a piece of metal. And of course, if it's preserved well, it's going to last forever.
For a long time.
I guess I ultimately want to know, it's like, how did you know this is Dolly Madison? I mean, because she was older at the time. It's not like she matched any of her younger portraits.
Imagine when the photo was taken, notes were taken.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
But, you know, I could always fake notes on the backpicks, too.
I have seen other things like this that are...
Like the Billy the Kid.
No, not that one. Related to that time period.
Yeah.
Like a photo of someone who was actually at the Boston Tea, not while they were there, but later in life was at the Boston Tea Party.
Right.
They have all of these, like the first president that is images captured.
I mean, I love those types of shots.
I love those.
The first president, the first lady.
The last survivor of the Boston Tea Party.
The first president, for example, on a movie film. Actually recorded live.
Wow.
I don't know, but there are those types of firsts that are really cool to see.
There are, and it's never who you think it is, because it's like you're of course capturing them very late in their life.
More than likely they're out of their, so I read a little bit of the story. So apparently I'm thinking she was still living in the Washington D.C. area. A local photographer was actually trying to build his business by taking celebrity-esque pictures around the area, and somehow I guess she gets invited over.
We've had this discussion before. Is a person famous because of who they take the pictures of, or because they're famous because they're taking the pictures?
Yeah, who makes the picture?
Who makes what famous?
Who makes the picture important? The sitter or the photographer? And I think in this case it's going to have to be
definitely
the sitter.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you're Richard Avedon, then it's 50-50. Because if it's Richard Avedon photographing Audrey Hepburn, it's a tie.
It's a tie. You reach that level of
sometimes it's a tie. But now if it's Richard Avedon taking a picture of the guy who was all covered in bees, the photographer wins.
Yes.
But it's still a great photo, and you remember it. So I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a good one. You can keep those. Unfortunately, I don't have the picture in that copy. You're going to have to go look it up. I'll give you a link below. And that was from
June 11th.
The New York Times. I only went to the best places here. Are we ready for the next one?
Absolutely.
All right. And where did I get this one? I think this one's from Air and Space Forces magazine. Apollo 8 astronaut, ambassador, and Air Force Major General William Anders dies. Now, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, wow.
Of all things.
Wow.
However, he was Apollo 8 astronaut.
And the photo,
he's taken one of the most famous photos on film,
that an astronaut's taken.
Not on this planet.
Not on this planet.
So what was the photo?
It was the photo of Earthrise, or
Earthrise, I think it was ultimately called. Yeah. So as Apollo 8 was taking the first trip around the moon, ahead of Apollo 11, which landed on the moon, when they came around the moon for the first time, instead of seeing the moon rising over the Earth, they're seeing an opposite. They actually saw the Earth rise over the moon.
Yeah, the moon in the foreground and the Earth in the background.
So very, very famous color photo of the Earth, our blue and green marble in the distance. And, it's a great shot. So guys, go check it out. It's a wonderful shot. Yeah. That's probably one of the few photos that I would say I would love to have it framed in on my wall.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I love so many great photos from NASA, but that one is probably one of the most iconic. That one probably a first man on the moon type of thing. But
yeah, the footprint, picture of the footprint.
Yeah, I love those. Those are fantastic. And of course, those were taken with either Hasselblads, Later times they were taken with Nikons. I don't think they were using Leicas or anything like that. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, guys. They might have been using Rolleis, I think, mainly. You don't think so?
No, really. Not that I've heard of.
They weren't using any TLRs? Or the
Not
the RL66s or something like that?
I just remember Hasselblad and Nikon.
Okay.
Of course, they left most of them up there.
So sad news that Major General William Anders has passed away.
I remember seeing that story, yeah.
Okay.
It was interesting, yeah.
See, I'm picking only the good news this week, right?
Well, it's not good that he passed away.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's interesting news, right?
It's interesting.
It's good for us to discuss. Also from Petapixel and today, photographers don't want their negatives back from the lab anymore.
Boo!
I knew Todd would hate this
Boo.
one. I knew it. Starting out here, Ansel Adams once said the photo negative is like a composer's score and the print is the performance.
Absolutely.
Why would you throw away your negatives?
Why? Why? If you are getting into this,
I know, it just doesn't make you mad.
It's just, oh, no. No. Go back and watch our videos on why do you keep your negatives.
Yes, why keep your negatives.
We've got a couple of those videos now.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, as what did they say? Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, you've got a scan of something great, but you don't have the negative anymore. How can we tell it's yours?
Yeah, anybody can just take an image,
I mean,
your image from the internet and put their copyright on it.
For digital images, yeah, you can at least have the original RAW file. Fantastic.
Hey,
but anybody can have a copy of that original RAW file.
Yeah.
But if you've got the actual and physical negative. You can never be beat.
Yeah. And yeah, nobody's collection of thumb drives are going to be worth $50 million in the future.
No, that is true.
Nobody.
No, not at all.
But your collection of negatives and positives,
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, definitely
They'll probably even be worth more because there'll be fewer people having them. More people will be shooting things digitally.
I agree. And that's why I had to bring that one up.
Oh, anyway, see
what
never
I did
mind.
to him.
Sorry.
All right, let me calm him down. I've got a better one here. This one is from,
I might have to go to Community Brewery and get a beer on that one.
This is from KXAN Austin. Austin Photo Labs continue seeing rise in film demand.
Hey, they got labs.
Austin Photo Labs, plural.
Does it give the names?
Well, let's see. Turbo Photo Labs opened in October, and the owners have already upgraded their machines to process 50 rolls an hour, up from 15 rolls hourly.
Holy crap.
That's a lot of film.
That's a lot of film.
That's a lot. 50 rolls an hour.
I imagine that there's probably a couple of places close to that, but only one or two that are doing so much.
Well, you were telling me that there was a couple of good ones around here that are doing a boatload of work.
A boatload. Photographic.
I hasten to mention names, but he can.
Yeah, Photographic, I know, and Legacy is doing.
Well, Photographic opened a second location.
Yes.
Legacy Photo Lab has two locations.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Those places have two locations.
They've got a volume consistently running through those things.
And if I'm correct, you're the pickup and drop off location.
Well, we're going to talk about that near the end. That's a topic to bring up because there's
I'm going to hold on.
There's a new and improved thing on that.
All right, new and improved.
Yeah, I don't
Stay
think.
tuned,
I don't
guys.
think you've heard. About
You have not told me. You've been holding out on me.
I have been.
I'll set this one aside as a reminder. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here.
Yeah. Hold on to the end.
I've got two of these. They're roughly the same here, but they're from different places here. Where is this one from? This one's, I think, from Pentax Rumors.
Yes.
And of course, it is first leaked pictures of the Pentax 17 half-frame camera with 25mm 3.5 lens.
It's a neat camera too.
So guys, if you haven't seen that, I mean, it looks like a nice. It looks much nicer than the reusable disposables that we talk about all the time.
Well, yeah, this is metal. Pretty sure.
So it looks nice. It's got a film winder on it. It looks like a real camera, guys.
Oh yeah. And, but as much money and time as they spend into this thing.
Yeah.
This is not going to be a.
Cannot wait to get. Now you don't have anything extra to add because they haven't come back to you saying,
not yet.
Hey Todd, where's your credit card at?
Yeah. It's right here, burning a hole in my pocket.
Where's your credit card? We would like you to buy these so that you can sell these.
I honestly, I may need somebody here not to just help me, but just sit there and go, hey, don't forget to do this. I need somebody sitting there going, you need to do this. You need to do this.
Right.
Stop putting prices on that and go over there and.
Yes, buy some Pentax cameras.
Pentax cameras.
Go bother Pentax again and tell them that you're still interested.
Oh, she's so not. Yeah, she's tired of me bothering her.
Tired in a good way?
But she did call up and say, hey, anyway, I won't talk about that.
Okay, all right. And the last one here, also from Petapixel. Now, I don't only shot my news at Petapixel.
Well, it seems like this is your third story.
They seem to have
a lot of the good
news. Okay, and so we love Petapixel.
Oh, we do.
They're great. They're a good read. See real-world photos from Mint's long-awaited Rollei 35 film camera. So I actually heard that they're starting some sort of a pre-order on that one, which makes me suspicious, but yet, because I actually haven't seen it. Because, you and I were talking about, remember when the Kodak chemicals went out?
Yeah.
And the chemical people were like, well, if you want any more, you have to prepay us. And then, of course, immediately go out of business. And you would have lost your money. It's like, if I buy this, is it really going to happen? It almost becomes like, is this a Kickstarter
now? Do you
now?
stick your toe in the water or just...
Right. I mean, it makes me suspicious. Yeah. So if there's pictures of the actual camera itself...
Yeah, and I've seen these, and it looks great.
The photos, it
looks like the old one.
It almost looks exactly like the original Rollei 35.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like they have the exact same molds for this thing.
Which...
Would not surprise us if they did, which is fine. But it also looks like a really good camera.
I would bet that means that some of the parts cut are probably intermixed too. I mean, like which would be great. That means they can fix the old ones.
Well, I think.
Oh yeah, we got to check and see if they do fix the old ones.
Yeah.
Another thing on the list of to-dos.
Another to-do.
Look, they got a picture of the TARDIS.
Always good.
Always good.
Well, I think the only thing that this camera's doing that the other camera didn't do was the autofocus.
Yeah.
So otherwise,
yeah,
I mean, it could be 100% the same, and they just found some way to cram in a little autofocus to it.
Yeah.
That and probably a better light meter.
Well, I hope so. After a few decades, they should have gotten a little bit.
You figure by now they should know how the light meter works. I mean, anybody's smartphone can do a light meter now. It's like, I got a light meter in my pocket right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, now we're going to...
All right, so we're done with the news, guys.
And that was interesting news, yeah.
So, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. Y'all are welcome.
Y'all are welcome.
So what do you have about Legacy?
Well,
the new and improved.
The new and improved. Found out, I don't even know what today is, Wednesday. Yeah, Monday.
Okay.
Oh, no, last week, Thursday or Friday.
Okay, even further ago.
Yeah, almost a week ago.
It's been forever since I've seen you.
It has been a long time.
Yeah.
Got a phone call and says, hey, Todd, wanted to let you know
you have
before...
A phone?
I don't know where...
It's only my job to keep him off track, guys.
I don't know where it is right now, but yeah, I do.
I know, it's not up there.
It's not, I don't know where it is, but I'll find it later.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I wanted you to know before anybody else does. And I go, okay. What?
Yeah. You hate it when somebody leads in with that one.
Yeah.
I don't mean to worry you, but...
I don't mean to worry you, but I wanted you to know before other people do.
Yeah.
And I said,
okay.
We're going to start processing Super 8 film.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that. I think I saw a post on that.
I saw a post on that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It is super cool. No. Yeah, I remember seeing the post.
Yeah. So I made a post about that. And it's like, you know me, for years I have been going, we need a place in Dallas to process 8 and Super 8 film.
I mean, how else are you going to, listen, I bought that Super 8 from you.
Yeah.
It was a Nikon Super 8, really nice looking. I think we showed it off in one of our earlier videos, the end of Don's use.
Right.
Really nice little camera. I got it. I would love to get some Super 8 because I think like
it's
shooting at the fair or someplace like that would be cool.
It's hard to get Super 8 film.
But on top of harder to get the film, it's harder to get it
You had to send
processed.
it off. You had to send it off to get it processed
to like
LA.
some foreign country.
Yeah, like LA, or I think somewhere in the Northeast, Connecticut. There are places around the U.S., but they're all way out. Atlanta, Connecticut, L.A.
They're on the edges.
They're on the edges, and they always need a quick escape. And there's nothing in between here and there. But whenever you're not part of the industry that's sitting there sending this stuff in, and they do it overnight and send it out. I mean, whenever I was on a movie set once, and they would they would shoot things on film on a Monday, ship it off on Monday night. Tuesday, they got it back.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Overnight.
Yeah,
got it back. Now, there are a couple of people who shoot that have that set up, but these are people who are shooting volumes.
Yeah.
Little ones take weeks, sometimes up to 6 weeks, to send it off, get it processed, scanned, and sent back. So Legacy will cut that time way down and scan it, frame by frame scan.
That would be cool.
Frame by not just a run through, but a frame by frame scan.
Right.
For your Super 8.
That
for your
will
film,
be so
movie film.
cool.
And I will be a pickup and drop off point.
Well,
that.
You already are for Legacy,
Yeah.
but in addition, you can drop off your Super 8 film.
So just bring your still and moving film here to drop off. And
That would be so cool.
Whenever that happens, I'm going to definitely do something.
I'm going to have to look at the price of that one. Yeah, so I
think the pricing is going to be about the same, maybe a touch more because it's.
Well, I would imagine it's more, but
Yeah.
you know, and
But
I'm not concerned about that.
It's going to be the turnaround is going to be far quicker.
Yeah, but you clearly need to get some film in.
Yes.
So we can shoot it in the cameras.
So we can shoot. And believe me, I have tried. In fact, I looked to order. I just peeked like a few days ago. Said, okay, they got film.
Right.
Then I'm going to order film and place the order. Like Wednesday, today, I was going to place an order for the film.
That would be so cool to shoot
Super 8. Super 8's out.
Get it
Just in
processed
2 or 3 days.
locally and get an actual
All
video.
the Super 8
digital
film
video.
is sold from that source. Gone in a few days. And I have actually, in the past week, heard that the demand for movie film is so big, it's tough to get anywhere in the U.S. And the production, I don't think it's picked up much yet.
Yeah.
But eventually, the movie film is going to have to start picking up production because the demand is just growing. Then whenever I talked to one of my suppliers, more information, more news about what's going on in the world.
You've got more.
More information. I talked to someone.
I just kind of bring it out of him, guys.
Yeah. Just more people let's just say probably starting about 6 months to a year ago.
Okay.
L.A., New York, Dallas was the big markets for the film.
Okay.
And that's where a big lump of film is going to.
Okay, right.
In the past year, and I would say mainly 6 months, 6 months to the 8 months, somewhere in that time frame, film is picking up everywhere across the U.S. The small towns,
I mean, that's good, but
that's great.
But that means the supply is being
is
diluted.
tightening up.
Ooh.
And I just found out this morning also though that Fuji is finally catching up on their on their 200 and 400.
On their Kofuji?
Yeah, but they're not really caught up on the slide film. They still are 3 months. There's a big. And
how about Kodak? Are they ever going to get us that new promised film?
Don't know.
I'm not going to let it rest.
One day.
One of these days.
One of these days.
They're going to say, just for you, Mr. Holga, here it is. Shut up.
I did find out that of course, I think we've talked about this too. Provia, they still make Provia.
Yeah, you said one Provia was coming back to the U.S. or not?
Not Provia. It's coming back. Velvia. One of the Velvia is coming back.
One of the EAs.
Yeah, the Velvia. That's not with the drugs in it.
Ah.
That one's coming back. I don't know if it's the 50 or 100, but that's coming back. And again, that is like, I have had Provia on back order for a year, nearly. And I've only gotten little amounts of shipments.
So, it makes me wonder, so which film was it? You said the Velvia thing?
Yeah.
get canceled because of the chemical that was in it.
Yeah.
It was like a pharmaceutical.
Oh,
type.
no. It wasn't. But the government put it on the controlled list.
Right,
And so whenever that
which
happened,
makes me wonder, because I understand it
fentanyl, wasn't it?
It was such a
No, it
such a
wasn't fentanyl.
tiny,
It was,
tiny little minuscule
yeah.
amount in
Yeah.
the film. But it makes me wonder, are
They
drug sniffing dogs able to detect that, and was it setting them off all the time?
No,
So-
well, what it was, and the reason why they stopped it is because it was a preventative stop. They didn't want to deal with any issues that would come up from it. So they just said, okay, it's controlled, it's illegal, blah, blah, blah. No, we're no longer doing it just to not have any issues.
all right.
And because going through that whole process of making it and then coming into an issue and then having to stop making it and trash everything.
Yeah.
It's just there's probably thin margins on these things already. That would just kill that would hurt other areas of the film.
All right. Well,
So anyway, back to the other.
back.
Slide film is coming back with Fuji.
It is.
And they just don't know when, but it's picking up speed, and negative film is caught up a lot better.
Okay.
a lot
all
more.
right.
Yeah, so good news all the way around.
Oh, there's the bad comment. I found it. So guys,
so it wasn't my imagination.
well, it's always your imagination,
Yeah.
but I just gloss right over these things.
I tell him stuff and he kind of goes, and
yeah,
he makes a comment.
Yeah.
And then later on I tell him again, he goes, you never told me that. And I go,
All right, so guys, we're going to do a few viewer comments because we love comments,
We do,
especially
we
the
do.
bad ones. So please, if you can, go ahead and leave us
Hit
a
us with
comment
your
down
bad
below.
shot. Yeah.
This time, Todd needs a negative comment, not me.
No, make it truthful, based in reality.
And we're going to, all right, so this was Luis. Luis, thank you for the comment here. It says, I'm still shooting film and digital most of the time. Love film. Excellent. Thank you for the comment there.
Yep. Nope, there's more.
No, not from that
Okay.
one.
Oh, I thought it was
This one is from Sophie. Sophie's now on my bad list, but Sophie says the natural light, because we were over on a different section.
Yeah.
The natural light is very nice for Todd.
Yes.
Mr. Holga, not so much. However, she typed Holga as Volga, so I'm thinking it's not me. I'm thinking it's somebody completely different.
Right.
Mr. Volga, not so much.
Right.
Hey,
right, yeah,
Volga.
Volga.
Volga. This one's from Retro.
Yep.
Bad comment. What is in that brown case on the top shelf? Is that a filthy digital camera?
No, it's not a camera. It's actually just the case for the camera.
Yeah, and I replied to that. It was just a case, and it wasn't a digital, was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't digital? Ugh. How did that get in here?
So I think I made a comment that we'd taken it out in the backyard and burned it.
Yeah. Also from Retro, got that Cinestill mixer heater thingy for heating that C41 behind you, question mark? No, that's not what that was. That's not what it was. But you would love to have those, but you don't
Well,
have
yeah,
them.
but you can actually, if you just go and buy them at the kitchen supply section, it's cheaper than if you go buy it at the photo. It's the same thing,
It is.
but it's a lot more expensive under the photo.
Yeah, if you buy one of those water tub heater things, and I have one, and I did buy it from Cinestill, it's going to cost you $100. But if you go to the food section and buy something similar, I think it's like $30, $40.
It's a lot less
A
expensive.
lot less expensive. This one's from Carrie. This is actually quite lovely lighting for you two. Hope
I
you're,
liked it.
Hope you're well and with stable power. And so
Yes.
glad the move went okay.
Well, it's over with.
And you're in your new space. I still need and want to make a road trip to you and buy lots of film and who knows what else.
There you go.
And of course, Carrie, when you do, let us know. And I would definitely, because I've seen comments from her before. I love the fact she's a regular listener or watcher. Let us know when you're going to be in here, and I'll
Yeah.
try to be in the store too.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And yeah, if you have it on
because I don't work here
no.
unless it's my Wi-Fi for some reason.
Yeah.
This one's from David.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi put more hours working in here than you,
Than I ever have.
One day than you have. And you
Davis-
cut out early too.
This one's from David. Power is overrated. It is. It is.
Yeah. We sold lots of film without it.
Right. So I think that's it for the comments,
All right.
guys. Yes, there was one bad comment for Mr. Volga.
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 Oh, man. Thank you for the comments.
We love it just the same.
We do.
All right, so
Yeah.
coming up, guys,
Lots
the
of stuff.
large format photography
June
on
22nd.
June 22nd, all day here. Andrew has to
Well,
be here.
10 to 1.
10 to 1-ish. Just come in, see how large format. Come in and ask your questions.
Yeah, come in and just check it out.
Get to play with the toys a little bit.
You can
know?
still buy 35 millimeter film while you're here.
That
or
too.
120 film.
So, and I'm going to try and be here. Are you going to be here?
I will want to make a big effort.
You're going to try to be here. Okay, that's really good. He's always here. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's it for us. As usual, please do share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell 2 friends, tell Mama Holga.
Tell everybody. Tell it on the mountain.
Yes.
Well, I've been telling people all day, do you like the place? Yes, love it. Tell all your friends.
If you like the place, leave a comment below.
Yeah, and tell your friends that we've moved. This is the new dress. You've seen it. You understand it. And maybe we'll get Google to actually update their listing.
And have a good, happy Father's Day weekend, and we'll see you all later.
Take film pictures. Have your father.
I might be doing that.
On Father's Day.
Not me, my father. My father.
Yeah, that's right. But they can take pictures of you.
That's true. All right, and this is where we just fade to black.
Love it.
We just sit here and laugh about it in the dark.
I love the fading to black. It's cooler. That's what all the cool videos are doing now.
They just fade to black.
That's
Done with it.
right.